So this is supposed to be the easy elite boss. I am not exactly sure about that one. So I did play through the normal one and it didn't seem exactly as if this is going to be just like a place and win type of situation. And the way Ninja Kiwi does these things is they usually have a boss event that's a little bit more difficult and then they kind of balance it off with an easier one next week. And so this is supposed to be the easy one, but I'm not exactly sure this is going to be. So let me show you guys the modifiers real quick. So only one modifier is the boss speed at 65%, but Lich is among the faster bosses, and then there are no heroes. So that means that the farming cannot be accelerated as usual. So normally we would buy something like Ben or Gerald to speed things up. But other than that, we should be good to go. I mean, the only problem that I can kind of see is that we need to have a little bit of a balance happening between the amount of lives that we lose in the early game, because I do want to defend the tier 1 Lich with the Elite Defender. And so the Elite Defender has this passive ability which triggers extra attack speed if you leak a life, and then the Lich Soul itself, when it spawns, it loses you lives every second and it's not getting popped. So we kind of want to, you know, be using that as our bonus attack speed. So we have to be careful in not leaking lives in the early game, which means that we're going to have to spend more money on defending, which means the farming is going to be a little bit slower. But yeah, I'm just going to get this thing going and I'm going to see you guys in a second. Okay, so it's round 15. I usually don't check in this early, but I wanted to tell you guys that I bought the Druid of the Jungle. This is a little bit earlier than usual, but I did want to get the defenses up before going into farming. So this might come and bite us in a few rounds, actually probably in the mid game, because we only have 2-2-0-0 farms at this point. But hey, at least the defending is going to be kind of taken care of for the early game. So I'm going to see you guys in a second for the tier 1. Alright, so the tier 1 is about to come out and here is how things are looking. I'm going to buy the semi-auto right now. This thing is in the range of a discount village and then we're going to sell it later on in the range of the fair trades boat. But I want to defend the tier 1, as I mentioned, with the Elite Defender. Now the money is not exactly doing that hot. It's only going to be this farm that we can sell in the range of the fair trade. So I might as well do it right now. And then if we can only get away with selling one of these farms before buying this thing, that should be fine. Let's just have this guy on first. Is this going to be enough to defend the ceramics is my question. I think it barely is going to be. Yeah, there we go. So if I saw how much is this, it's like, oh, we don't even have the full auto. Okay, so we have to sell 2 of these guys and then let's buy the Elite Defender. Let's have this thing on strong. Only 1 farm left, but I think that's going to be completely fine. And now what we need to do for this one is we need to micro it. Okay, so we have to micro between strong and first. So each time we leak a life, we want to switch to strong, and we also need to deal with these mob class. Oh my god, that's a fast mob class Bloon. Yeah, this Lich is so annoying because the 40s have been altered specifically for him. So 40s usually don't have you know, these mob class moves, because it's Lich they do, because he spawns them again. So in reality, this is just here to make your life a lot more miserable for absolutely no reason. But it's kind of nice because we do get the extra attack speed for the Elite Defender. So let's see how we're doing. I do want to get the Minneapolis as soon as we're done with this thing, so I'm kind of getting ready for it. So one more Lich Soul, 24 lives. Is this good? No, it's not gonna take down. This is what I was talking about, you know, just having all these lives ready. But let's switch to first 15 lives. Oh my god, I barely got that thing. Are we gonna defend 11 lives? That's just ridiculously close. Okay, let me just turn off auto start, and I think the round is gonna end right now. 5 lives remaining. That's insane. Alright guys, so round 59, and this is the setup. I have a single 4-2-0 farm which is getting overclocked by this guy. I think I'm gonna keep the overclock. I know that it might heal Lich, but the thing with Lich's heal radius is that it is not global. It is actually centered around the I was gonna say the hero around the boss itself. So that means that I think we might get away with this one, keeping the 4-2-0 farm overclock, but we're gonna need to sell the alchemist. So I'm gonna do it right now. I actually want to get ready for round 63, so let's buy the Morglaives right here on the side. I also have the 140 Druid, and then we're gonna defend with the mat. So let's see how we can get this thing going. So let's sell a bunch of these farms that we got, and we are gonna need $60,000. We are just about there, so let's go like this. Let's hit the emergency unlock and let's get this boss down. I mean, let's get this Lich down. So one of the things that we're gonna have to do with this Lich is we're gonna have to manually aim, because the spawns of these small mob class balloons, the chain mobs, are coming from the other track as well. So for example, Lich is on the left side, but he can spawn mobs just like that on the right track as well. So we need to micro it for that. And actually, this is round 63 incoming. It's a round in which I'm concerned about how we're gonna do. We do have the 140 Druid and then the Boomerang, but I'm just still concerned about how we're gonna do, because I think that we're gonna get overwhelmed if we're not careful. So I was gonna try to maybe save the ability for the mat, but oh my god, we're triggering the healing. It's getting close to the overclock. No, okay, don't overclock. So there's a little bit of time left on the overclock, so maybe we can win this thing. Maybe we can get away without triggering. We did the mat ability, so no, the overclock is gonna trigger in a second and it's gonna absorb it. It's gonna be a small heal, but I think we can manage to do it even if it heals a little bit. It's not healing. Oh my god, it was just before it popped. That's completely fine because we do take it down, so it's just the mat that's enough, and then a little bit of defense. And I don't think I mentioned this to you guys, but I was defending with a 204 attack, which is just on the perfect spot. And if you have an alchemist like this, guys, nothing's leaking. Alright, so the plan is that we're gonna sell the mat, we're gonna buy the banana central, we're gonna sell this farm as well probably, and then we do have the Minneapolis. So the goal is just gonna be an overclock banana mana essential. We're gonna keep spamming 420 farms after that, and I'm gonna see you guys in a second for the tier 3. And just like that, around 79, the tier 3 is incoming, and we're gonna defend this thing with a Dark Paragon just because I want to use the cheaper variant. So we are making a decent amount of money. The economy is not bad, but I just want to, you know, defeat this thing as cheaply as possible so we have some money left over. And all these farms on the left side are meant for selling, actually. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's sell all these guys. How much are we missing? About 50k. That's actually decent amount of money that we're missing. So we need to get rid of some of these guys, and because we're probably not, we're just gonna use the Dark Paragon probably for defending, so might as well sell all these guys here. And there we go, we do have the money, so let's buy the Apex Plasma Masher. This is gonna be a, I didn't catch the degree actually. What's the degree? It's gonna be a 21, but that should be more than enough to defeat this thing, right? I hope it is. Please don't tell me this guy's gonna lose. I hope not. I hope to do a lot of damage right now, and the boss is just like this because these bosses are gonna bounce off at the bottom of the map. So I feel like this is it's time to shine, but it's only a degree, and I say only, it's a 21, and I feel like maybe we can upgrade this a little bit if we need to restart this. Maybe we can buy the other crossbow master, but I wouldn't want to be doing that. So let's just hope that this thing works out, and I don't think it's gonna work out, guys. Oh, wait a minute, it's holding on somehow. Okay, I was about to say that this is GG and this is hopeless, but maybe it's not. So I'm just gonna keep buying these 420 farms because there's nothing to lose if we keep buying them. Yeah, okay, this is not gonna work out. So the Lich Soul leaked entirely, so we're probably gonna need a higher degree in the Paragon, actually. Okay, round 2, I disconnected the overclock. I sold a bunch of stuff, including this 420 farm that we had right here, and I bought the second crossbow master. So this degree should be a little bit harder than usual. I should probably sell one more just to get this thing going, and let's just see what's the degree that we're gonna get now. It should be, oh, it's 35. Okay, so 35 should be, you know, it's in a different world from 21, right? Let's see how this thing is gonna go. So I do have a feeling that this thing is gonna be a little bit better than last time, but I just, you know, I don't need it to be like just crushing it to something that's gonna destroy the boss and just obliterate it in seconds. I just need to get the win, right? That's the only thing that we care about. And even if it's a slow win, as long as we get the win with the Dark Paragon, it should be fine. And I guess this is highlighting the fact that you still want to be going for these stronger Paragons, even if it's like just a tier 3 boss. You still want to be doing, you know, these boomers. I think that you want to do the boomer actually for this one because there are a lot of chain mobs appearing from both sides of the track. So because it has a homing projectile, it's gonna be really nice if you just buy the boomer in like the middle or something like that. It's probably gonna clean the map by itself. But this degree 35 Dark Paragon seems to be doing the job kind of well by itself. Am I gonna jinx it? I see some mobs up top. Please defeat them. Oh my god, that's ridiculously close. We do have one skull left. Okay, so as long as we don't have some ridiculous resummons onto this last skull, we should be fine. I think I should be getting, okay, so the summons are at the back and on the left side, so you need to defeat the soul right now. Okay, there we go. So it's only a bunch of mobs, and if we defeat these mobs, then we're probably good to go. Yes, there we go. Okay, that's fine. Oh my god, finally we get the tier 3 down, and that's gonna be with the Dark Paragon. So again, maybe I should have went for the boomer now that I think about this, but you know what, we get it done. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep farming, and I'm gonna see you guys for the tier 4. Alright, so chart 99 and tier 4 is about to come out, and I want to use the sub Paragon onto this one, but the thing is, this thing costs 400,000, and the money that we have is about 400, and currently about 400, it's closer to $500,000 now. So what I'm saying is, I want to be putting a little bit more money into this thing, so I think that we either wait a little bit or we sell some of these farms. I'm not exactly sure, because I just don't want to be using, you know, these lower degrees on the sub Paragon. So you know what, I'm just gonna sell a bunch of these farms on the side. Let's see how much money we get to. It really doesn't matter because we're making a lot of money at this point. So let me just put everything that we have into this thing. It's gonna be a degree 28, and that's gonna be okay, let's just not say perfect, but it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be good enough. So I wanted to get a Paragon that has these homing projectiles, and one of those is the sub Paragon in addition to the boomerang Paragon, which I mentioned previously. So I feel like this thing should be good enough, especially because the sub is a little bit stronger than the boomerang Paragon. So let's go like this. I want to renew all the farms that we sold, so I'm just kind of trying to rebuild the farming from scratch. So while the boss is ongoing, by the way, because we don't want to be losing, you know, this efficiency. And yeah, there we go. Farms rebuilt. Boss should be gone in a second. Only 2 skulls. Oh my god, those DDs are super fast. Oh, we probably need to do something about those guys, right? So this is, I bought, by the way, a nice, so I can have like a 4-0 farm right here in the water. But maybe this thing, oh, what do we do about this thing? Maybe we upgrade to the absolute 0, something like that. Let's just... Oh my god, that was ridiculously close. We popped the DDT, by the way, but that was ridiculously close. We did heal the Lich a little bit, but it's completely fine because we have more than enough damage, and the farming's doing really well. So yeah, that was a tier 4, and then for the tier 5, I'm probably going to be getting the Goliath, so might as well start things off with the Spectre and with the Flying Fortress so we get some pops, and I'm going to see you guys in a second for the tier 5. Alright, and we are ready to go. So this is going to be the tier 5. Let me buy the Goliath. Do we want to save a little bit of cash? What are we saving money for? Maybe the Super Bill, because that's the last thing that I didn't buy. So maybe we save about, how much is this gonna be? Yeah, let's do about $60,000. It should be fine. So let's get this thing. And what's the degree that we're gonna get? 53. Okay, so this is mainly gonna be 53 ace, and I guess the sub paragon going against this boss because I don't exactly think the dark paragon is gonna be doing anything. So let's go like this. Let's buy the super brawler right here on the side, and I think that's about it. Okay, so let's get this thing going. Let's see how we can fare up against the tier 5 Lich. So let's use the sub ability. Let's get the nuke going. Hopefully it doesn't land in a oh my god, it landed on the right side. Oh wait, I see some leftovers on the left side actually as well. What is happening? I think that just because it launches more than one missile, and so the missiles got a little bit separated on both sides, but that's completely fine. I think I was looking to do some decent amount of damage, but I guess we're gonna skip on that. And then I am using the glue storm, plus we have the cripple Moab set on strong, so this should, I don't know guys, this is only gonna be on the Goliath. I don't feel like these other pairs are doing that much damage because the dart is falling off really hard, especially versus, you know, once the tier 4 and the tier 5 bosses are coming out. And then the sub is not exactly, you know, spectacular because it's only a degree. I say only, it's not like only, but it's like 28. It's not like a huge degree that they have. So let's go like this. Let's use the ability. It's gonna be 2 skulls left. The most important thing is not to leak these super fast DDTs, by the way, because they're just zooming through. And if you guys are paying attention at the lives, we have 513, but there's no mana shield, which means that we did leak lives in the past round. So yeah, these DDTs can absolutely defeat us, but this is gonna be the last Lich Soul. So as long as we defeat this one and the immunity ends, I'm just gonna use the Ace Bombardment ability, and I think that should be about it. So yeah, the boss made it about halfway, a little bit more than halfway through, I would say. And with the, you know, I guess the farming wasn't too difficult. It was maybe a little bit sketchy, you know, just putting a little bit more cash than usual into early defense so that we can actually defend this annoying map that Choose is. But eventually we do get it done. So let's check the pop count before we go. So this is gonna be the Goliath again, just carrying the game. 24 million pops. That's the entire HP of the boss, by the way. And then the sub paragon at 15 million, and the dart is 7.6. And yeah, this is supposed to be the easier one, so I'm not exactly sure how easy this is, you know, in comparison to what the casual player can consider easy for themselves. But yeah, this was the easy boss, so I would expect a more difficult boss next week. So we're gonna play through that one for sure. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.